Hey there, Pisces. This is Bex with Hidden Currents Divination. I'm here to do your reading. So if you're Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this is for you. I'm a little late, but it's the thought that counts. So it's your turn. One of the readings I did recently, I had a deck that was like calling out to me, but I had already made up my mind to use a different one. So I was like, I'm going to do that. But then this time I sat down and it was like, no, it's my turn. So we're gonna use Antique Anatomy Tarot for you today, Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. See what's going on for you. I'm trying to remember what was going on in the last reading years that I did. I remember there's 5 of Wands, and we had some kind of like sneaky energies going on. I think there was maybe some messages about like knowing who was on your side and who wasn't. Pisces, I feel like that was kind of the message for last time. It's been like a month, so forgive me if I was wrong about that. Maybe go back and check the last video, see if there was something there for you. Pisces. I'm in it with you because I'm a Pisces Sun. So let's see what's going on for us. One more shuffle, I think, after this one. I know I shuffle so much, but it's just kind of, it's a thing, right? If you read, if you do tarot for yourself or others, tell me what your shuffling practice is like, because I'm curious to know. Okay, past, present, future, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay. Yes, she was here last time, but she was in the present. She's in the past now. Page of Swords. Yeah, so you moved out of that space that we were kind of in last time when I was talking about somebody might have been watching you. Somebody might have been a little jealous of you or a little insecure. REU, Pisces. Potential, some potential shady stuff happening, because I do love the Page of Swords, but she does have sort of that going on. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. So Page of Swords in the past, present, Knight of Swords, literally gone up to the next level. We've moved from the page to the next in the suit, next court card, which is the Knight. Knight of Swords. Lots of swords energy happening. Feeling particularly perceptive, Pisces. Lots of thinking happening. Overthinking, maybe? Oh, okay, here's the future. Okay, so all 3 of your cards are swords right now. Don't like to see this one. Knight of Swords in the future. But what didn't I say overthinking and then this card popped out? Knight of Swords is a total overthinking card. And Pisceans, we definitely do that. We overthink because we have this ability to sort of envision, imagine the outcome of any given situation. We can see it going this way and that way, and it's very easy for us to see all of the perspectives involved for a situation, right? We can see it from this person's point of view or this person's point of view, our own point of view, some other random point of view that has nothing to do with anything. Yeah, overthinking stuff, which can be very anxiety inducing, right? Let's get overall energy. I love that you're currently in like the Knight of Swords energy though. Or maybe, because last time in your last video, I talked about that page possibly being somebody in your life who maybe didn't have your best interests at heart. You could be finding out who that might have been, right? Or you could be telling them, this is how I feel about what's going on between us. They could be telling you that. Sometimes Knight of Swords is... that can symbolize like a fight for me, like a verbal, it could be sort of hurtful. And the Knight of Swords is a person. The sword suit is just a difficult suit in general, I feel like. It definitely has its positives, but the sword suit, the journey of the sword suit is difficult, it's challenging. So a lot of times, you know, like when those cards come out, I don't have a lot of positive things to say. And it's not because it's all bad, it's just, it's very challenging. It's a very challenging suit, the swords. So the Knight sometimes, if this is a person in your life, or if this is currently you and what you're going through, they can be kind of impulsive and reckless and a little selfish, reactionary. So if that's you, which we all go there, everybody does it, everybody can do it, try to focus on like responding instead of reacting. I know it's hard. It's a challenging thing to do. Let's get an overall energy card because I want to see what this is about, Pisces. Like, so much thinking, so much, it's literally all swords, the whole spread. Really, you're really up here. Which we do that, don't we, Pisceans? We get in our heads, we imagine things, we overthink things, we're like, yeah. Okay, we got wands. It's a 9. We got 2 9s here. 9 of wands. 9 of wands for me, whenever 9 of wands pops up for me, I think like defensiveness, waiting for the other shoe to drop, and exhaustion. Because it's like being on guard all the time. It's like being prepared, waiting for the worst thing to happen, which is exhausting. That's exhausting. It's like looking over your shoulder, trying to watch your back because maybe you feel like you have to now because somebody sort of revealed themselves to maybe not be the most trustworthy person, or you can sort of feel this fight coming on. You can, you know, and we're a very perceptive sign, aren't we, Pisces? We can sort of, sometimes we don't always trust it, right? Because we don't have proof. We don't know, we don't understand like this thing that I'm feeling, but I have no proof for that. But maybe you can feel it coming and it's making you anxious, right? It feels like definite. This whole spread is about communication. It's all swords. It's all air. It's all your thought processes, your perceptions, your communication, yeah. And I'm wondering, is this page, if that was a situation, especially because that was in your last spread, in your present, Page of Swords. And now that's escalated to the Knight. So if there really was somebody who was not in your corner, not on your side, and maybe you have discovered that might be coming to a head now. And that can, if it really turns out that situation, that thing with that person, that you've been kind of suspicious about and looking out for, because 9s are a very solitary number. Just think about 9 in the major arcana. What is it? It's the Hermit. It's about being alone. And so sometimes when we find out about these situations, when they escalate, they go from the Page to the Knight, they escalate. If it's not reparable, right? And maybe you have to walk away, the other person walks away, or you just take a pause and you break and whatever, separate. You can end up in a sort of a thinking it over, wondering what happened, like taking the time alone to think about what the hell just happened? What went down? How did I get in that position? Am I the one that's wrong? Pisces, I think we kind of do that a lot, don't we? Like, is this my fault? Did I do this? But this could be you as a person developing too, because if you were the Page, if maybe you were I'm trying to listen. If you were the one who was exploring, watching, observing. We are very observant sign, Pisces. We like to, and a very curious sign. We like to watch. We like to observe. We like to like perceive others. And maybe now, going from the page to the night, taking action, right? You've watched something play out. You've been sort of silently, maybe not so silently because it is it's the Page of Swords, sort of keeping an eye out, thinking like, what's going to happen? And now you're ready to act on that, on the things that you've learned, the perspective that you've gained, and defending yourself. Because if you think about, I think about this Nine of Wands and how I link it to defensiveness, but defensiveness is not always a bad thing, is it? Like, some things are worth defending. Yourself, your boundaries, the things that you've worked hard for in your life, your personal growth, your, and the Knight of Swords is a very, like, kind of character. The Knight of Swords is definitely going to take a defensive posture. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes that's what we need to do. Just make sure, I really feel like I mentioned this earlier. I said, make sure you're responding and not reacting. Sometimes just the key to that is just pausing, just taking a second, a beat before we like knee jerk. And because when we react, when we sort of knee jerk react, we then we can end up in that Knight of Swords space where it's a Nine of Swords is like a nightmare space, kind of, right? Like you're trapped in your head and you're overthinking everything and you're losing sleep over it and you're wondering what you could have done differently, what you could have done better, how you could have seen something coming, how you could have, But a good way to avoid that is by really just taking a second to not be impulsive, to not react, to not be so sharp. Be so sharp. Yep. Wow. Pisces having some big realizations, I feel like. Yeah. Let's see. I want to get some more cards, but I don't really know what I want to get them about. What do you think? What do you think, Pisces? Pisces, you had Nine of Wands come up recently too, didn't you? Maybe not the last one, but the one before last. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. That's a Nine of Wands thing for me for some reason. Because it's like, that card always feels very exhausting to me. And Pisceans, we need a lot of sleep. We just do. We do. And going on the sleep thing and with all these swords here, there might be something in your dreams. Because Pisces, we do that too, right? And like dream messages are a thing for us. That also could be why you're feeling so tired. If something is being worked out in your dream space, you don't have to remember it for it to be happening. If you do remember, like when you wake up, dream journal. Hey, that's solid advice for Pisces all the time. I'm like losing. I just like lost a giant piece of my nail polish. Rude. Okay, what about advice card, Pisceans? Yeah, I just really feel like whatever was going on last month has kind of escalated for you. Because we went from the page to the Knight. And that can be rough, but that can be good. Sometimes when you can see something real clear, and you're like, okay, I see this for what it is now. I see you for who you are now. Like, and you know, it's like I was talking about being reactionary. If there has been somebody in your life that maybe hasn't had, like I've said multiple times, your best interest at heart, that doesn't mean, you know, you got to throw the whole relationship away, the whole person away, the whole everything. And just like hack and slash, you know? Sometimes there's middle ground. Sometimes there's discussions to be had that can be fruitful. Sometimes not. That's, you know, you can decide that, Pisces, but it was advice. That's what I was doing. Page of Cups. I feel like that kind of goes with what I was just saying. Page of Cups is so open and optimistic and, you know, has this cup of love on offer and believes in like, in love, in magic, in possibility, right? And they pages are messengers often, right? Because lots of times they're like a little message. And Page of Cups can be like an apology, somebody who wants to apologize to you, especially if you have sort of called them out on this stuff that they've been doing. I feel like it's a message about openness. It's talking about like kind of what I was just saying before this card came out about it not being so black and white. Sometimes it's just happening in your relationships with people. That's not healthy. Like, you can talk about it. You can see if there's a way to navigate that. You can be open to all kinds of resolution. And you can explore that with that curious page mindset, and especially in that cups empathetic sort of way. Yeah. Which I feel like that's very Pisces. Like it's very easy for us to put ourselves in other people's shoes, understand other people, you know, hear them out. Sometimes that's to our detriment, right? Like, we can understand other people too easily, and then we stop standing up for ourselves. Like I said, you know your situation, Pisces. You know if this applies for you. You know if the situation is something that can be salvaged. But letting go with love is a thing that you can do too. Yep. That's what I got. That's what I got for you, Pisces. Kind of a weird one. Let me know what you think about it. And I'll see you in about a month. Bye.